Hi, this is Sasa from New Zealand Education Group, and today we're going to talk about the differences between studying in Indonesia and here in New Zealand. Let's get right into it. So I've written down some notes for this video, so please excuse me when I refer to my notes, just to make sure I don't forget anything. One quick thing I want to mention is that university here is quicker than in Indonesia. What I mean by that is that most bachelor degrees here in New Zealand are 3 years, not 4 years like they are over there. And you can finish uni even quicker here in New Zealand if you skip the last year of high school in Indonesia and come here and do a 6-month university pathway course at Up Education, which so happens to be one of our partner institutes. This allows you to start university when you're 17 or 18, depending on how old you are, and finish when you're 20 or 21. And you're able to get into Up Education depending on your art scores and high school grades. So it is, please be very dependent on that. And bonus, as long as you finish your university pathway course at Up Education, you are guaranteed entry into either the University of Auckland, AUT, or Victoria University of Wellington, which are all fantastic universities here in New Zealand. One big difference between studying here in New Zealand and in Indonesia, which I found, between myself and cousins and other people I speak to who have studied or who are studying in Indonesia, is the relationship between lecturers and teachers and tutors and students. So the relationship between teachers and students here in New Zealand is quite informal and it's very supportive. Professors, lecturers and tutors at university here are happy for students to come up to them with ideas or questions they may have about assignments or lectures or upcoming exams. And a lot of them have an open door policy, and this means that you're able to ask them to meet for an appointment if you do have any concerns or questions, and they're more than happy to do so. Or you can simply flick through your question with an email. And over the course of the semester or the year or the years, depending on how long you have those lecturers or teachers for, you as a student can build up relationships with those lecturers or tutors or teachers. They can get to know your name, sometimes get to know your writing or presenting style or how you work. This applies much more so in practical situations and practical papers where the classes tend to be smaller and you have more one-on-one time between students and lecturers or tutors. But this can also apply to more theory-based papers. And this works vice versa, where you can get to know them and what they look for in assignments and papers and exams, which means better grades for you. So throughout school here in New Zealand, I had close relationships with a few teachers in particular. They got to know me and I got to know them, and they became familiar with what worked well for me, and they pushed me when they knew I could do better. At university, it was always easy for me to approach tutors or lecturers if I had any questions or concerns about exams or assignments, and they're more than happy to help. Analytical and critical thinking. So in classes here, you're welcome to raise your hand if you have any issues with the subject material, if you think something isn't right or the tutor's just made a mistake, or if the lecturer in the lecture made a mistake, feel free to say so. So in New Zealand, right from primary school through to the end of university, we're not taught through rote learning. We're taught analytical and critical thinking. In practical subjects, we learn by doing it, and in theoretical subjects, we learn by learning about the subject material and then discussing and analysing it. So this is also another big difference between studying here in New Zealand and in Indonesia, and I love that. I love analytical and critical thinking. Maybe that's just me, but I love learning to think independently and analysing the material and not just taking it for what it is. And this is a very valuable skill to have in any field. In any field, you choose to have a career in the future after you do finish your studies, because like I said, you do learn to think independently and learn how to analyse ideas and issues. So that's But I think those are the three biggest differences between studying here in New Zealand and in Indonesia, from what I can think of and try to think of anyway. If you can think of any other differences between studying here in New Zealand and in Indonesia, or wherever you're watching this from, please let us know. That would be really cool to find out. If you are keen to study here in New Zealand, in amongst those three big features of what makes it cool to study here in New Zealand, please let us know. You can always email us or DM us or comment. Let us know and we'll be happy to help you apply and find the course that's best for you. That's all from me today. Let us know if you have any other ideas or questions about studying here in New Zealand or living here in New Zealand, and hopefully we can help make some more videos about those things. Alright, see you guys later.